where Babel has been. I believe he is taking a break or actually retired from casting, which is pretty sad since he was someone that I really looked up to. But I believe he does have some family issues. I did speak with him briefly before about certain things, and he did mention that he will be taking a break from casting, in fact. I am actually casting from Malaysia, as you can see my bit in the back. I apologize for that. The casting studio is over here, over in Singapore, while I am actually Malaysian. So I'm going to be staying here in Malaysia and bringing you the live cast from here. So yeah, this is going to be the Singapore qualifiers. It's going to be a really interesting format, something a little bit different from the previous circuit, I believe. There's only going to be 4 teams competing against each other over the next 3 Fridays. So this Friday, next Friday, and the following Friday, every night, we will be covering the Singapore qualifiers. And what's going to happen is each team is going to play each other in a best-of-3 series. And the top 2 teams will advance into the C finals. Which I believe will be happening sometime next month. I'll get the final dates for you later on. But yeah, the draft has already actually started beginning. So we're gonna jump straight into the draft here. It's going to be Relics versus Geisha for this first matchup. It's going to be a best of 3, as I mentioned. Later on, it's going to be, I believe, Resurgence going to go up against Inquisition. So yeah, here over in this draft, let's take a look really quick. Relics on the blue side here in the draft. They banned out the Uther and the Zul. So Uther, just a really all-around strong support hero. One of my personal favorite heroes to play as well. And I believe last week, I also covered the Malaysian qualifiers and we saw a whole lot of Uther. So Relics banning out the first Uther and followed by the Zul. Zul is a very new hero that personally I haven't played too much. I've seen some of his potential games with the potential push power and how he can just take down lanes really, really quickly with his skeleton army. But I haven't personally played enough of Zul to give too much input on that. Over on Team Geisha on the red side, we see Illidan and Rhaegar being banned out. Illidan, you know, he's made a comeback so far. Even last week in the Malaysian qualifiers, we did see quite a few Illidan pickups and bans. So I believe the slight tweaks that were made to him previously, he actually, you know, he's been a bit more formidable of an opponent and hero to be picked up. Rhaegar, that's a bit interesting for me because I haven't seen a whole lot of Rhaegar, but knowing the Singaporeans who did actually get a really big upset in the last circuit, I believe the Spring Championships, where they lost ultimately in the finals to Renovasio from Philippines. That was actually quite a surprise for everyone, and I believe even the Singaporeans themselves. And yeah, so Rhaegar, not something that I personally have seen very often, so not too sure if there's been a lot of changes to him, but he has been banned out here by this red team. Looking at the first few pickups here, we see Leeming, Thrall, Malfurion, and ETC being picked up by Relics. ETC, you know, just really solid hero, nothing much to say about him there. Leeming, of course, you know, high burst damage with the magic missiles and all his skills combinations and whatnot. Thrall as well, just an overall really solid hero. I'm really liking their lineup so far. And Malfurion being the support now. I think they might need another support here. Or if they're going to hard heal that Malfurion, I guess it's also okay. But I definitely expect another user or maybe even another support here. Double tank coming back with the same call for the front line. So maybe actually a damage deal really quick, or even maybe support. Going over to Team Geisha, where all 5 heroes have been picked up right now. We see Diablo, Tarzim, Valsta, Johanna, and Hiltas being picked up. We don't see much Jaina anymore. In the previous segment, we've seen so much Jaina. Hiltas, this is going to be interesting. I really like the Hiltas. Johanna is the front line along with Diablo. Diablo going in with the Shadow Card overpower, of course. Just a really strong they control the Diablo correctly and find inside the couple of Sylvanas. So again, looking at the composition over on Team Geisha, we see Diablo, Tarzim, Valsa, Johanna, as well as Hiltas being picked up. Overall, a really solid team. That is, of course, the Tomb of the Spider Queen, which is pretty interesting to pick up the Falstad because on a small map like this, his mobility doesn't really have a huge advantage for him in that sense. But of course, still a really solid hero. But right now, personally, I am liking the Relics draft a lot more better. Much more solid lineup, in my opinion. They have the ETC, the Troll for the front lines. They also have the damage for Li Ming from Li Ming. And Sylvanas, the push potential on this map as well. He's really a really fast pusher, with the Withering Fire, as well as, being able to get away from sticky situations. I think he will be a formidable opponent here for Tomb of the Spider Queen. So I expect him to go to the bottom lane and maybe push out quite quickly. As for ETC, who doesn't like a five-man mosh pit? Who doesn't like big plays coming up from the ETC? They have a decently solid healer in Malfurion, and personally, one of my favorite support heroes. I think he's pretty underrated to me, to be honest, because I see a lot of teams not picking him up, generally going for the Karazim, the Uther, the Lily sometimes. But Malfurion, to me, one of my most played heroes, and maybe that's just because I'm biased towards World of Warcraft, and I like World of Warcraft, of course. But Malfurion, personally, I think is a really, really good hero, and I definitely want to see him being picked up more. So I guess that's going to be the draft for this game. I believe the game is actually about to start soon as well. So just some really, really quick shout outs to Razer, our peripheral sponsor, and XSplit, our official streaming partner, who basically makes all this streaming possible for you guys, for us to be able to broadcast this for you guys. Also, we have a cool new function for those of you in watching this right now. We have a live Twitter shout out that's going on. So what happens is go over to Twitter if you have a Twitter and tweet at #HGC Singapore. Tweet at us, and throughout the game, your tweets could come out live in the stream. So for those of you who want to make shout outs to your friends, who have anything interesting to say about the game, who want to make some predictions maybe throughout the game, or have WTF moments as well throughout the game, do go to Twitter and tweet at HGC Singapore. We will be doing, of course, a manual check on what kind of tweets you guys are sending in, because we don't want trolls, of course, and they will be manually selected to be played, to be picked up and showed in the game, of course. So over there, the game is about to begin here. Over on the blue side, we are going to see Zaze playing the Troll, Mer on ETC, Trinity going to be playing the Sylvanas, Zens on Li Ming, and Bun Bun on the Malfurion. But over on the red side, we see Katana playing Diablo, Trungnia, his name is pretty hard to pronounce, playing the Kiltas, Freak on the Faustad, and Fury Boy gonna be on Karazim, along with Chris on Johanna. So game is about to start. It is gonna be Tomb of the Spider Queen. For those of you just tuning in, this is the Heroes of the Storm Global Summer Championship Singapore qualifier, where I will be covering all the qualifiers for the next 3 Fridays. It does look like the red team is just gonna, in fact, block out the creep wave a little bit, while the blue team is going to push out. Again, this, if you're just tuning in, this is going to be Team Relics on the blue side, going up against Team Geisha on the red team. So all teams, the blue side, now currently waiting in place. They could maybe set something up here. Diablo is rotating back towards the top. Chrissy could be in some trouble here. He gets rooted down, but Ironclad is going to be used, and he's going to be able to get away safely. Diablo dropping extremely low, being caught out there by ETC as well as Bun Bun. So some of these players, I think most of you know, not know them, but some really familiar faces like Trinity. I believe Bun Bun and Zens have actually just recently joined the Relics team after 2 of their players moved over to Resurgence. The top lane, though, Mer is going to go in with the Sour Slide, going to catch onto 2. Fury Boy dropping really low. Karazim trying to blink away, but will not be able to, and he gets taken down for the first kill by the blue side. A very well pick off. Red team could do a little bit better here in their map awareness a little bit, with them seeing actually them rotating towards that top lane. Back in the middle lane, though, Trinity could be trying to set something up here. He goes in, going to be able to get away, though. Here comes the power slide and pushback on Diablo, and he's not going to survive this, and he's going to fall as well. Chrissy dropping really low, and he's going to have to back off. So again, Relics doing a really good job rotating between lanes, just pushing out those lanes really, really quickly. Of course, they do have a Kiltas on the red side, so those lanes won't be pushed up too far. Trinity on the Sylvanas, I'm actually really surprised that he is the one roaming with the team. They are leaving a Troll at the bottom to face off against Faustad, of course, and he doesn't seem to be having too good a time, and that's probably the reason why they sent the Troll to the bottom lane as well. And a tactical pause going to be used out right now to slow the game down, probably, as mic issues apparently coming up from Team Geisha. I'm not calling them out, just joking, of course. But yeah, some technical issues for the teams and a good tactical pause here. It's just the blue team we see about to rotate towards that mid lane. And of course, just early into this game, we see already 2 kills being picked off by Team Relics. One of the top 2 teams. I believe Resurgence is still the #1 team in Singapore, followed by Relics, of course, if I'm not mistaken. But of course, 2 players from Relics have moved on to Resurgence. Again, I'm not too familiar with all the players in the huge community over in Singapore, so I'm not too sure about all the players and who actually left Resurgence after their shock defeat in the spring circuit here. But I do know that 2 players from Relics have moved on to Resurgence. So it's going to be really interesting to see how these teams face off against each other. Here we see Li Ming coming in. Root's going to connect him to Kael'thas, but Karzim's here to keep him alive. Chrissy in some trouble though. He's going to have to back off real quickly. Mur as well does not want to get caught in that crossfire. He could be in some trouble, but he will be able to back off. And Kael'thas is playing with fire, playing with danger, as he's going to have to actually just hurf back to his base and pick up on HP and some EXP. Faustad at the bottom lane as well, not having too good a time as we mentioned against Troll. He's going to have to get back to his base and heal up as well. And again, the blue side, Relics is doing a really, really good job. They're just rotating between the mid and the top lane, of course, doing exactly what they need to do, collecting those gems, and just, pushing out those lanes, keeping those lanes pushed up and setting up those kills. As we see top lane, Power Slide going to connect them to Karzim, but that's going to be all, as 2 tanks at the top, a tank at the top, along with the support. You're not going to be able to kill them, especially not with the help of the rest of the team. Trinity, though, he's dropping really low. Fairy Boy just comes in with a nice poke, just trying to annoy him a little bit and force him to get back. But he's gonna be able to tappy and he should be fine with the heals of Bun Bun there as well. So Chrissy now with the Johanna, just really tanky, forcing them forward, trying to push them back a little bit. Bottom lane though, look at this Falstad. He's having a horrible time against this Troll right now because, he's just not doing the chain line. Ooh, middle lane though, as we catch this. Trinity just about dead, and he will fall to the living bomb. Sorry, I missed the action there, but I guess Trinity just moving a bit too far in front, getting caught out by the red team, and living bomb will be enough to finish him off. So the blue side is continuing to do what they do. They have a slight advantage right now in terms of EXP. Bottom lane though, we see Kael'thas and Diablo going up for Zaze, as he was giving so many problems to that Falstad. Will that be enough? And Zaze could be in some trouble, and yes, he will in fact go down with a nice rotation there coming from the red side, picking off a kill. It is going to be 2-2 right now, but it is going to be the blue side who are still slightly in the lead, of course. And the game is going to be paused again. I think the blue side is having some issues. For those of you watching in and just tuning in now, this is the Heroes of the Storm Global Summer Championship. This is Arctic Shadow, of course, and I will be taking the place of our beloved Babel. He is, of course, someone that I really looked up to as well in the casting scene. Unfortunately for us, I think, due to a lot of family reasons and issues with his own personal life, he's unable to continue casting, and I hear he's actually retired based off a post that he did in Facebook. So hopefully he will come back in the near future. We never know, but for now, unfortunately, you guys have to deal with me. I'll try to live up to the big name. I'll try to live up to his standards. I can't promise anything, but these are big shoes to fill, of course. So do forgive me if I'm not up to it just yet. I will get there. I promise you that. So yeah, getting back into the game, as it is going to be unpaused right now. The blue side just having a really, really good time controlling all the lanes. Sylvana's rotating towards the bottom, but he wants to be really careful. Katana and the Diablo is there, taking out that creep wave as well, kicking up the neutral camps. He's going to be able to push down that bottom lane, but here comes backup. Murs in there lurking. Trinity could be in some trouble. He's going to be able to shadow wave away. Here comes the power slide connecting onto Kael'thas, who gets caught in a sticky situation. Diablo drops really low, and Mur wants his blood, but that's not going to be enough. Chrissy coming in from the back lanes. Support coming in by Fury Boy as well on the Karzim, and after all that fighting, no one's dropping just yet, but that's going to change as the root comes up from Zaze, catches Johanna, he falls down. Troll once more. He has the taste for blood. He goes in for Fury Boy, but unfortunately for him, unable to pick him off. Not too sure what happened to ETC there. Just overstayed a little little bit too long, and he gets taken down as well. So a nice 1-for-1 trade in a 5-man clash at the bottom lane. Turns out pretty even for both sides, but that could have turned out really badly for the red team for sure. Kael'thas was caught in a really awkward situation, but fortunately for him, he survived there. And, you know, he will be able to survive and carry his team in terms of damage through that fight. Now we see the Li Ming going to the bottom lane, trying to harass down that Fall Style a little bit, but he will be able to barrel roll his way out to safety, back to his gates. Back to the middle lane, nothing much happening. So both teams just rotating around right now. Crisido, he's going to find Trinity. He's going to go in with the blind, but it's just going to be some harass, I guess. Top lane, though, Zaze could be in some trouble. Troll, he is trying to keep them off as much as he can, heals himself up, and he will actually survive. Really clutch plays there from Zaze. Nice route to root out that Diablo finally. Chrissy though, he could not be... Okay, he will be actually fine. So just too tanky, that's Johanna, and he will be able to get safely behind his walls as well. So right now, both teams is doing a really good job rotating around. It's dead even. Both teams at level 8. Blue team having a slight advantage, which is negatable. Not too big of a lead. Both teams just playing it really safe, trying to get any, you know, pickoffs that they can. Freak has to be careful. Falstad, he could be in some trouble, but nope, he is going to be able to back off safely as well. Murdo, he wants Diablo. He comes out and just hits him off his high horse and says, hey, you know what? Get away. Fury Boy trying to turn in his 16 gems and will be able to be stopped though by that ETC. Here we see Zaze gonna meet that Johanna. Not too sure why he actually backed off. The rest of the red team was there, but Zaze dropped, I mean Chrissy dropped really, really low, and he could have actually took him out. Diablo going with the quick shadow charge. Again, just as annoyance, I guess. As Li Ming is trying to poke him. Here comes the power slide though. His root is going to connect as well with the Malfurion, but Diablo just proven too tanky. But ooh, will there be enough? It will not, in fact, as Johanna comes and saves the day. Wall is going to be able to block out the skills from Li Ming as well, and Diablo as well as Johanna will be able to survive there. Karazim, what are you doing? You could be in some trouble here. Power slide going in. Root not going to connect though. He is going to actually push him away with the face melt towards his gate. So that could have turned out really, really bad for Karazim. Not too sure what he was trying to do. He actually went in for a quick harass. Fortunately enough for him, the blue team did not act fast enough and were not able to pick off on their kill. However, they are in fact now going to be level 10. And this could prove really, really dangerous for the red side. And now Karazim actually going in, trying to set something up. His Thundering going to be used to secure the kill onto Karazim. Again, he's been playing really, really awkwardly. Mur goes in, gonna use that mosh pit just on the solo kill onto Kael'thas. I mean, why not? You know, make him dance there as he gets taken down as well. A nice 2-hero kill for the blue side. The red team, though, they need to back off here. They do not want to take this. They are gonna hit that level 10. Unfortunately for them, 2 heroes are already down over in the red team, and the blue side has a full command of this map right now. Nice use of those skills to pick them off. Not too sure again what Karazim was actually doing there. He should have actually backed off. Not too sure why he went in, trying to stop the gem turn in. Paid for him with his life, of course. Thundering was used, and then the solo mosh pit as well to secure the kill on Kael'thas, and that's going to give them a full level advantage here for the blue side. Unfortunately for the red team, they are still on the same talent tiers, so it's not too big of a deal. Here we go though, we see action gonna come out, Root not gonna connect, Apocalypse gonna be used, and it is gonna catch onto 2 heroes. Troll could be in some trouble as he trying to back away. Malfurion, the sole survivor, Tranquility gonna be used, but not gonna be enough as he gets taken down. Mighty Gut's gonna be used to turn and push back Li Ming. Diablo gonna be able to survive. Karazim though, not so lucky. Murgo's doing the double power slide connection and will be able to take down the Kael'thas. Chrissy dropping so low, and those arrows just enough to take him down as well. A nice 3-hero pickup for the blue team, and Relics as now they look to push down the middle lane. Really, really job well done here, and the red team just a little bit in disarray. And now the blue side making work on this outer fort tower, and this is going to extend their lead, of course, in this game. And wow, blue team just did a really good job, and a few questionable plays again, you know, from the red side. They did get a really good initiation off. They cooked down the Malfurion early as well, but Karazim follows suit. The Mighty Gus did not really do much there as it only pushed away the Li Ming, and unfortunately for them, it was too late. And then ETC came in with a good power slide, catching onto 2, and that was it. You know, 3 heroes down for the red side. There's nothing that they could do, and now a full 2 levels ahead for the blue team. So they are going to be able to take down both mid and top forts. Phoenix going to be used to try and zone them out, but a little too late as the Web Weavers, the first set of Web Weavers, are going to be summoned here by the blue side, and they look to do damage with this set of Web Weavers. They want blood. They are coming towards this top lane as Falstad still remaining at the bottom. Here we see Johanna could be in some trouble. Nice power slide there to finish him off. And down goes to Johanna. They have lost their front line here. Nothing that the red team could do to stop this push. And I think they really have to be careful. But the blue side, you know what, they're going to be happy taking down 2 lanes of Raxes. 2 lanes of towers, sorry about that. And they will be able to rotate. And Freak, he could be in some trouble. They want blood. He's going to try and maybe get out of here. And he will be able to do so. Malfurion and ETC just rotating around, trying to see if they were going for those camps. And in fact, they weren't, but now they are. Knowing that the blue side has actually gone away. Now we see the blue side instead. They are going to be the ones to take their own set of camps and try to push down those teams. So definitely an advantage for them right now. Taking a look at some of the talents really quickly over in Troll, we don't see much difference. I think we see the Sundering being... I ran through the ultis really quickly. If this is not a clash, hold on a second. Diablo going in with the Shadow Charge. No overpower to follow up. Very questionable there. Not able to get in the overpower in the nick of time, and the blue team will be able to push down that bottom lane. For Li Ming, it does look like he is going to go with a teleport build. Pretty standard build for a Li Ming, you know, the highest damage. Red Weavers are going to be summoned now by the red team. Taking a look at the quick ulti, Sundering on the Troll. Mosh Pit going to be picked up by ETC. Wielding Arrow, of course, on Sylvanas. Wave of Force on Li Ming. And Tranquility going to be picked up by the blue side. Nothing much to surprise. I think it's pretty standard picks in terms and builds so far, and I don't expect anything too crazy from these two sides, of course, especially from the sides of Relics. Over on the red side, let's take a quick look at some of the ultis they picked up. Blessed Shield, Divine Palm, Mighty Gust, Phoenix, as well as Apocalypse. So Divine Palm actually going to be picked up by Karzim instead of the 7-sided strike. Of course, definitely a much better choice here, but who is he going to use it on is going to be really important for the game. Red team, Web Weavers are not going to be doing much at all. They are rotating towards this bottom. They are level 13 now. Same on tier talents here. Stacy's going to be used here by Malfurion, and he's going to be fine. ETC dropping really low. Apocalypse going to be used. Only going to connect on the Malfurion though, but he has not... Mighty Gust used at the time. Sundering going to be thrown out as well to disengage this. Trinity, not too sure where he's trying to run to, and he gets caught in the crossfire and gets taken down. Nice 2-hero kill for the red side as they now look to push down the bottom lane. The blue side, I'm not too sure what that Mighty Gust for. That could have been really bad for the red side. I see we're pushing them back past to their walls, you know, and if they were able to get away from that, that would have been really awkward for them. But Troll with the Sundering coming out, unfortunately for them, not able to take down anyone and losing the Malfurion that early on in the clash. It was just no coming back for them. And then Sylvanas, you know, getting not too sure where he was trying to run off to, but that's gonna be it. And a nice 2-hero kill for the red side. So this game is tying up a little bit though. The blue team is talent tier advantage ahead. The red team is still playing really aggressively. They're playing really strong. They're trying to push out these lanes and trying to get as much ground, cover as much ground as they can against the blue side, and they will in fact actually get the red Web Weavers. So at least they get another set of Weavers to try and maybe even this game out a little bit. And so far so good. They will be able to now push down these bottom forts while the blue team deals with the middle Web Weavers, and this should at least get them to maybe back to level 16. But here comes the blue team. They want blood here. They know the red team is out of position, way too up front in their base. Mur trying to set something up here. He's trying to maybe set up a power slide into the mosh pit, but the red team is doing a good job with the positioning. Both sides just playing, you know, ring around the rosy right now as Johanna dropping really low. Divine Palm not used just yet. Li Ming doing as much damage as can. Apocalypse gonna be used, only connected to Sylvanas though. Phoenix gonna be used as well. Mosh Pit gonna catch on to 2, and this is disaster for the red team. As the red team, Divine Palm gonna be used onto Falstad. Is that gonna be enough? No, it will not be. As Karzim falls, down goes the Falstad as well to the Li Ming, and Kiltas, the sole survivor, the Emperor of the Blood Elves, is gonna be able to get away. Diablo is gonna respawn, of course, but the damage is already been done. The blue team coming up on top there with a 4-hero kill. Only Trial going down for the blue side, but that's not gonna matter at all. The blue side is a 1-level advantage ahead. The red Web Weavers at the top though were able to take down the forts, pushing the red team back to a on the same talent tiers, though the blue side is 1 talent tier ahead. Hopefully they will be able to push themselves and control this game a little bit better now. to achieve that Storm Talon much earlier than this red team, and that's when they want to definitely pick up a fight. They are looking to turn in their gems now, but the red team, they're going to do whatever they can to stop this. Shadow Charge going to be used to push Mur away. Chrissy, though, he could be in some trouble. Power Slide going to be used. Face Melt as well to push him down. Phoenix, not too sure what the Phoenix was for. Trying to maybe push them and disengage out. But that's a bit of a waste of a Phoenix considering the cooldown has actually been increased here on this kill task. Fury Boy, though, he has to be really, really careful. Diablo, he's in no man's land. Gonna overpower the ETC, but he's now back in enemy lines and he could be in some trouble. Here we see, though, Troll going in the back to try and pick up on to Kael'thas, but Zay's misstep from Zay's, and he could be in some trouble. Johanna trying to block him out, but he's not gonna be able to do anything about it as Malfurion with the heals coming in, and both teams just doing a really good job. Supports playing a huge role in that clash, keeping all of the teams alive. Here we see, though, Mur, he's gonna power slide in. Diablo Apocalypse is gonna be used just before he dies, but that's not gonna be enough, and he's gonna fall. But he's gonna respawn in 3 seconds, though, and he's gonna make his way back into this battle. But a nice pick off there for the blue side, at least taking away his charges for sure. And yeah, the red team now, you know, they're just in a huge pickle. The blue side is still in control of this map. They are going to be able to turn in their gems here and summon their own set of blue web weavers. So taking a look at the quick of the talent tiers, I do not see anything that's too out of the ordinary. Johanna going full tank, you know, standard builds on most heroes overall. Blue side is trying to push out those lanes right now with the web weavers being summoned, of course. Red side, they are trying to gain as much ground as they can. They definitely want to take the next clash. They want to try and control this game better, pull some back. They're trying to push down the web weavers, but they are in retreat mode now. This could be actually the best time for them to fight, but they don't know that. Here we see, though, Chrissy, he could be in some trouble. He's trying to rotate around that boss pit and get away, and he will be able to do so. Murdo, he wants blood, and he is tanky. More power slide, gonna catch Karzim, but Karzim will be able to dash to Chrissy to save his life and keep his team in this fight. Blue side, though, they are not going to be as merciful as they look to push down this middle lane with the web weavers. Phoenix going to be used to try and do as much damage to those web weavers as they can, but that's not going to be enough, I believe, as the blue side just proving to be a bit too strong here, too tanky. And the red team, they're just getting sieged down. They're getting poked down here really, really low. Tappy by this Diablo as well to keep his HP up, but the blue side just doing the damage. Tornado gonna connect him to Trinity, but no follow-up here from the red side. They are playing scared right now, and that's not good for them because the blue side, they are 1 level away from getting their Storm Talons. They're 2 levels ahead right now of this red team, and this is the time for them to actually go in and maybe try and set something up here. Unfortunately for them, the red team, to no avail, will be able to do so, and the blue side, they're just gonna be able to take this camp. You know, and the red side is nothing that they can do about it whatsoever. Now, Rude gonna connect him to Karzim. He's gonna be able to dash away, though. Apocalypse gonna be used. Not gonna connect him to anyone exide from that Malfurion and Falstad. In the backlines, Katana playing the Diablo. He could be in some trouble here. Trying to keep him alive as much as possible. Sundering gonna be used as well. Johanna gonna suck everyone in. Marsh Pit, no, he's gonna be used, but cancel instantly. Chrissy, though, is gonna fall, and Mighty Gust to push them all back to safety. Damage again is already done, though, as 3 heroes fall for Team GEIshas, and this looks really, really too bad for the red side. This could be in a huge world of hate, a huge world of trouble for the red team, as the blue side will pick off the Kael'thas. Not too sure what he was doing so far out there. He didn't really have to be there, and the blue side could end this game right here, right now. They are going to push on this keep, leaving the core vulnerable, and Falstad trying to delay them, trying to drag their attention away from the core, but Relics, they are too you know, experience for this to fall for that, and they are just gonna go straight for the core, and I believe this is going to be GG. Nothing that I can see that the red team can do to stop this. Nothing that no matter how good a player he is, he can do to stop this. Diablo is gonna come back in, and he's gonna try and put them away, but that's not gonna be enough. And GG, well played to Team Relics, as they will take game number 1 in this best of 3 series between Relics and GEIshas. Wow, that was a really, really hyped up game, really, really tense game, and quick game as well. 18 minutes in, and already level 20 for the blue side, as we see some quick stats. Hero damage, of course, Li-Ming coming up on top. Sylvanas, as expected, you know, 153,000 siege damage. As you can see, Malfurion's healing, his role did really, really well. Surprisingly, he lost to Karzim, but I think that's just because the blue team wasn't taking enough damage compared to the red side, of course. Over on the red team, we did say Falstad do his share of work in trying to push down and trying to keep the lanes pushed. As you can see, his siege damage. Kael'thas, you know, he's lived up to it as well. and he will be able to do that. So some thoughts basically from that game is I think Relics had a huge control over that game. They played it really well, and as I mentioned, they had the solid and better draft in my opinion as well compared to the red side. And I think some of those steps, and maybe they're a bit more experienced as well towards this team Geisha, a slightly newer team, of course, I believe. And so Relics, just with the experience and the slightly better draft, being able to control the map a little bit better, ultimately led to them taking game number 1. This is, of course, going to be a best of 3 series. So I believe we are going to go for a short break now between matches. Do stay tuned. It's just going to be a short break, and we will be back with game number 2. So this was Arctic Shadow. Stay tuned. To their false start, so double false start now coming in, multi-gust gonna be used, pushes them back into the pits of the boss, getting stunned out as well. Maw gonna connect them to 2 only, and unfortunately for the red team, the Maw not connecting on anyone in fact, and the blue side, no, the red team actually